The Sermon on the Mount, a foundation for Christian ethics. Sermon on the Mount, found in Matthew 5-7, is one of the most profound and influential teachings of Jesus Christ. Delivered on a hillside overlooking the Sea of Galilee, this discourse serves as a cornerstone for Christian ethics and a guide to righteous living. It encapsulates the essence of Jesus' message, emphasizing love, humility, mercy, and devotion to God. This essay will explore the key themes of the Sermon on the Mount, its ethical implications, and its relevance to contemporary life. Key themes of the Sermon on the Mount. Beatitudes. Matthew 5-3-12. The sermon begins with the Beatitudes, a series of blessings that describe the attitudes and actions that bring divine favor. Phrases like "Blessed are the meek" and "Blessed are the peacemakers" highlight virtues such as humility, mercy, and a longing for righteousness. These blessings invert worldly values, suggesting that true happiness and fulfillment come not from power or wealth, but from a pure and compassionate heart. The call to be salt and light. Matthew 5:13-16. Jesus calls his followers to be the salt of the earth and the light of the world. Salt preserves and enhances flavor, symbolizing the Christian's role in preserving moral standards and adding goodness to the world. Light, on the other hand, signifies guidance and illumination, reflecting the believer's responsibility to exemplify Christ's teachings in their actions. Radical ethical standards. Matthew 5:17-48. Jesus expands on the law of Moses, presenting a deeper interpretation of ethical conduct. For example, he equates anger with murder and lust with adultery, emphasizing the importance of inner purity. He also challenges conventional notions of justice by urging believers to turn the other cheek and love your enemies. These teachings underscore the need for a higher standard of righteousness that goes beyond external adherence to rules. Prayer and devotion. Matthew 6:1-18. Jesus instructs on sincere worship, cautioning against hypocritical practices. The Lord's Prayer, a central component of this section, provides a model for heartfelt communication with God, emphasizing themes of dependence, forgiveness, and submission to God's will. Trust in God and prioritizing the kingdom. Matthew 6:19-34. The sermon calls believers to focus on eternal treasures rather than earthly possessions, reminding them that God provides for their needs. The famous exhortation, "Seek first the kingdom of God and his righteousness," encourages prioritizing spiritual values over material concerns. Judgment and integrity. Matthew 7:1-12. Jesus warns against judgmental attitudes, emphasizing self-examination before criticizing others. He also stresses the importance of treating others as one wishes to be treated, encapsulated in the Golden Rule, "Do unto others as you would have them do unto you." The two paths. Matthew 7:13-29. The sermon concludes with warnings about false prophets and the need for authentic discipleship. Jesus contrasts the narrow and broad paths, urging his followers to choose the way of righteousness despite its challenges. The final parable of the wise and foolish builders highlights the importance of putting his teachings into practice. Ethical implications. Sermon on the Mount sets a high ethical standard, challenging individuals to embody values that reflect God's character. Its emphasis on inner transformation rather than outward conformity distinguishes it from many other moral systems. The teachings advocate a countercultural lifestyle, where forgiveness replaces vengeance, humility replaces pride, and love transcends enmity. This ethical vision is not merely aspirational. It is meant to be lived out in daily interactions. Contemporary relevance. In a world marked by division, materialism, and self-interest, the Sermon on the Mount remains profoundly relevant. Its call to love enemies and seek reconciliation can address conflicts at personal and societal levels. The emphasis on trust in God and prioritizing eternal values challenges the consumer-driven culture of modern society. Moreover, the principles of humility, mercy, and justice provide a framework for addressing social issues such as inequality and injustice. The Sermon on the Mount is a timeless manifesto of Christian living. Its teachings challenge believers to pursue a life that mirrors the character of Christ, marked by love, righteousness, and unwavering trust in God. As a guide for personal and communal ethics, it inspires a vision of a world transformed by the principles of the kingdom of God. By striving to live according to these teachings, individuals can contribute to a society rooted in compassion, integrity, and hope.